Hello and welcome to the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is Ade, and I'm happy to bring you your weekly collective and pick-a-pile reading for the week of October 27th through November 2nd. So let's get into it. We're just going to do a quick general read of what is the vibe of the week in general for the collective. Look at some things that we want to maybe look out for, but mostly just looking at kind of what is the basic situation of the week. Excuse me, what action should we take, and what looks like it would be the outcome of the week, but basically just the general vibe of the week. Then we will go into a pick-a-pile, so I'll have 3 piles for you to choose from, in which we will just pull a quick daily tarot and oracle card for each of the days of the week to kind of specialize what might be specific for that pile, those people who are choosing that pile. So that's what we're about today. Let's hop into it with your general read. Here we go. So for the general read, I have pulled some tea leaves and a tarot and oracle card, and then I've also got a shadow oracle card down here and a chakra card to kind of think about what area should we kind of be focusing in for this week. So in terms of the shadow, let's take a look at that. So for this week, okay, so we're going to want to watch out for illusions. So it says, hidden behind all the smoke and mirrors is the truth. Have patience and wait for the smoke to dissipate. What is left before you will be the truth. Now, this is interesting because the image that I'm getting is that for this week, there may be a lot of situations where it looks like there's like these flare-ups. It's like I'm seeing like, you know, like you walk in the store or something and like 2 people are really arguing really loudly and it's like a big distraction. It almost seems like a bit of chaos and then it just dissipates, right? And so there's a need for you to wait for things to sort of dissipate. And this can show up in your own life, within the relationships that you're in, that, you know, somebody may kind of flash at you or have this sort of immediate, like it could be aggressive, but more just like, I don't know, just have kind of like almost like a meltdown or like, you know, just be unbalanced in some way. And there's a need for you to just pause and allow for things to just dissipate. At your job, you may find that, you know, say there's a memo or something that goes up that said there's going to be this whole thing and everybody's in an uproar about it. You know, the date, you know, the dates that you're going to have off are different than you thought they were going to be and all this, and everybody's in an uproar. And there's just a need for you to kind of wait for everything to kind of cool down to see what's really going on. Okay. So just be mindful. And also the other thing that I'm understanding from this is that be mindful of your own illusions. If you find yourself reacting very quickly or fast or abruptly in some way to something, take a moment and just breathe and make sure that you've got all the facts of the situation in hand before you take any action. Okay. Be mindful of illusions this week. Now, where you kind of need to be in, oh, interesting. So we've got the heart chakra, jade, the jade stone. So if you have any jade around you, you may want to have that kind of energy with you. And the word is compassion. Resolve your conflicts with compassion. Yeah, it feels like there's this energy this week that there might be a little blow-ups here and there. And there's going to be a need for you to kind of stand in peace, stand in grace, stand in compassion. Okay, so that's what we've got as sort of guiding principles as we go into the week. And let's see what we have here. So for your tea leaves, you've got cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. And I feel like the way that you're going to be protected is to stay true to yourself. Make sure that you've gotten all the facts of a situation and don't respond quickly to things that have just occurred. Right? Just give yourself a moment to breathe. But divinely, you are going to be protected this week, which is beautiful. You've also got gavel, involvement with the law. And what I'm actually seeing here is having to do with like needing to do some type of paperwork, that like a contract of some kind, or I mean, it could be as simple as like needing to go take care of something that involves the law, getting your voter registration, renewing your license, getting your vehicle registration. Like there's that's the energy that I'm getting around this, is that there's, for some of you all, it might be something that you're involved in, some settlement, something, but it feels like paperwork, contractual type engagement with the law. And the guidance that I'm getting here is just, again, to have a cool head, to lead with compassion, to come from a place of peace as you are dealing with whatever it may be within business or in the law in some way. Okay, just pay attention to the details, but keep your head on your shoulders, right? Don't react abruptly to initial offers or initial understanding. It feels like this week is one of those weeks. I don't think it's Mercury retrograde, but it feels like one of those weeks where it's like things can just be misinterpreted, misunderstood, unclear. Okay, so it's like, give it a moment to clarify itself before you react. I heard, don't burn your bridges before you understand that there's no need. Like, don't set things on fire before you realize that there's actually no need for the flame, right? And then the final thing you have here is pay attention to your work. So for this week, this may be a week that's kind of heavy on business or your job, or just doing what it is that you do on a daily basis, just making sure you're kind of head down. It feels like one of those weeks that's like not necessarily heavily social, but just kind of being in touch with yourself and being in touch with the relations that you are having, like, during the week. All right, so that's what I've got at first. And now let's look at your tarot. So you've got Queen of Emotions, or the Queen of Cups. Look at this. So there is a sense that for the situation of this week, this may be, there may be a lot of emotions that are up. I just keep getting that image of like things kind of flaring up, right? But the beautiful thing about the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is almost like the way that you need to walk through your week. You see she's there in the water on the beach with the birds. But the Queen of Cups is very balanced in her emotional world. She has very good control of her own emotions, and also is able to navigate the emotions of those that are around her. Okay? There's this sense of like, your heart space being a space, and we did get the heart chakra. So there's a sense that your heart space for you this week will provide a vessel or portal of clarity. Okay, your heart space will provide a portal of clarity. And so what I'm taking that to mean is that if you experience any confusion or are unclear about something, tap into your heart space, breathe into your internal world, see what you know to be true, because the truth lies under all of that. And your heart space will be able to clearly identify for you what the truth is, and you take action beyond that, okay? So there may be interactions with others during this week that are highly volatile or emotional in some way, but you are being called upon to be the one that's holding the compassion in the room, okay? That's being balanced around your emotional space. Now the Oracle card, miracles, that's wonderful. So yeah, just have this sense of like holding the space of grace. This beautiful card is saying, expect the wondrous to emerge. It really talks about, this is from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. And this really talks about that the Sacred Traveler, those that are kind of on their soul journey, if you will, are ones that see miracles in a different way. We are open to seeing the world in new ways and allowing wondrous things to occur. And the more open that you are to that, the more that you see. So this card also invites you to really celebrate the small, medium, and large miracles that you see in your world. The more that you celebrate the smallest miracles that you see, the more will emerge in your world. So again, tap into your heart space as you're maneuvering through this week. Make sure that you pause when things seem like they're getting a little chaotic or volatile, and use your sense of emotional knowledge and navigation to help you to move smoothly through the week. Now, in terms of what action we need to take, oh, beautiful. So we've got the Ace of Materials, which is going to be the Ace of Pentacles. So the first thing here is like begin again, right? There's a need for to start a project, start a creative thing that you have, something that you're building in the material world. It could be, it could be start a deeper connection with someone or something like that. But the material world really represents home, family, money, foundations that we're building in the material world, that which is of the earthly plane. So it could be friends as well. But I'm really seeing this as like within this week, this is a great time for you to start something new, like a new project or something like that. Interesting. So this is saying rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. And it's interesting because when I turn this over, I said begin again. Begin again. And the way that you need to begin again is by clearing away the past. This card also talks about clearing away the clutter. It also talks about cleansing and cleansing yourself through water of some kind. If you live near water, going and walking by the water and allowing that to be a purifying force for you this week. If you can go for a swim, do that so that you can immerse yourself. If you can just cleanse yourself in the shower or in the bath, but kind of using water as a vehicle for cleansing for you for this week. Because what this card also speaks about is you being on a healing journey and choosing that healing journey. And because you are a healer, you are in the process of really moving through some things that you have had to deal with in the past. It is time to make a new start, a new beginning on a project, or even it could be a new way of thinking as well. But I'm really seeing it as something that's kind of hands-on project that you're moving forward with, that is coming forth because of something that you have recently begun to release, let go of, clear, heal from. Okay? So that's what I've got in terms of action. Get your hands in there. Start building something anew. Okay? And then finally, for our general reading, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is great. So this is really saying that, the tides are going to be turning. So things may be in motion this week, which is why I think we keep getting the message of like, slow down, let things kind of let the smoke clear so that you can see what the truth really is. Because things are in motion, but they're actually moving in your favor. We've got this beautiful miracle card. Expect the wondrous to emerge. So this energy of like things are in full unfolding for your benefit is something to hold on to. So if you feel like you're in the midst of the smoke, just remember, okay, wait a minute. I'm waiting for this smoke to clear because something wondrous is going to emerge. So hold that in your consciousness and step into your power, right? You are strong beyond measure. Those of you who've been hiding out in the shadows, this is the week for you to really claim your own personal power. And that may be as simple as like setting boundaries that you have not yet been able to set, or keeping boundaries that you've set that you've not adhered to, okay? But also like stepping into leadership roles when it's appropriate and trusting that your form of leadership is the right form of leadership for this week at this time. Okay, it may be some times that come up where there is chaos going on, and as long as you're clear-headed and you're waiting for the smoke to clear out, you also may be the right leader to step into your power in that moment and help move people to the next place of where we need to be. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here. So the key thing is that The wheels are turning in your favor, okay? Miracles can emerge this week. The main thing you need to be mindful of is just emotional upheaval in some way, and making sure that you're walking the path of grace and compassion and tapping into your heart space and not allowing illusion to pull you off track. And the final message from the divine, wow, that is beautiful. So you got growing pains, healing, patience, unconscious. Okay, so this card from the divine is reaffirming what we said about you being on a healing path. This is the divine saying you are absolutely on a healing path. Whether or not you believe you are or not, you have chosen this, okay? And things are unfolding because of that. This card is really here to remind you that you are chosen for this path and that your soul chose this mission of healing for you. So this is your initiation. This is what walking through the fire looks like. So you may reach that peaceful and abundant valley. So you're in the process. So even if things feel a bit chaotic, know that you are on your path, okay? Be proud of yourself, beloveds, and continue to do your best to find your way. Celebrate the small miracles, the small victories that you come across. Celebrate them. Like, yay, I did that. You know what I mean? If nobody else is celebrating you, you celebrate yourself. Like when you set boundaries or are less reactive or break a toxic trait or don't repeat the poison of the past. This is the work. You're doing it. You're already doing it. And you have accepted your mission, whether you realize it or not. Okay? So this week may be a week of things unfolding, but you're on the path and wondrous things can occur. So keep your mind and your thought focused on the miraculous things that are unfolding in your life and begin that project that you're going to begin to build to move yourself forward, and trust and know that the universe is moving in your favor. All right. So that's what I have for our general read for the week of October 27th through November 2nd. Thank you so much for joining the Abundant Joy Tarot. I'm going to go into the pick a pile. So I'm going to pause the video for a minute. Then I'm going to show you the piles that you can choose from. And then we will go into the daily read for each of those piles after you choose. And you'll find the timestamps for those piles in the description. All right. So hold on just a moment. I'll move this to the side and bring the pick-a-piles up. Okay, welcome back. So let's get into it in terms of your piles. So there's 3 piles to choose from. And again, you'll just want to kind of tap in and figure out which one of these energies call to you for your week of October 27th through November 2nd. And then we'll go into the daily read for each of these piles. So pile number 1, let's see, Inspire. Inspire is your stone, and your card is this one here, number 42, which is 6. And I'll reveal what that says in the reading. Just want you to kind of tap into the image and see if you feel drawn to it. Okay, so Inspire, 42, which would be a 6, and this beautiful image. Pile 2, you've got Kindness. Kindness. So kindness, and this card is going to be 57, which is going to be a 3. Okay, 57 is going to be the number 3 if you go by numerology at all. And this little monkey here. So kindness, beautiful fall colors. And then finally, pile 3, happiness. Happiness, and 50, which would be a 5. All right, so those are your piles that you can choose from this week. Tap into the colors and the energy and the vibe and what seems to be kind of pulling to you energetically, and that is most likely going to be the pile for you. All right. And I will see you in your readings. All right. Hello, pile one. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm actually going to pull the cards in the reading, but you got pulled into the reading by Inspire and the Wood Snake. Enjoy the waiting game. The Wood Snake, enjoy the waiting game. Okay, so this is an interesting energy for this week, particularly after what we've just read through with the general reading, because the Wood Snake indicates a period of waiting and strategizing, followed by a quick change when the time comes. So it's kind of repeating that pattern, what we heard in the general reading around taking a breath, right? Don't allow all the smoke and mirrors to get you pulled in, right? But take a breath. It emphasizes the importance of knowing yourself and your enemy before you jump into battle, especially if you're not familiar with the territory. Observe and study the current situation. Visualize the desired outcome before you plan your actions. Keep your intentions to yourself and go beyond the visible to connect with hidden forces. Listen to your intuition. Allies may come from unexpected places, corners, just places that you did not expect. So be patient and trust in divine timing when all the pieces of the puzzle are in place. Enjoy the waiting game, okay? For once you make your initial move, it's going to be full speed ahead, all right? So be conscious of that. All right, so the wood needs water, its resource element, to grow. So stay curious. Higher knowledge will bring you more options. And it's interesting that it's saying that it needs water, right? Because we also said that in this week in the general reading, that one of the ways that you need to really focus on cleansing is through the use of water. So this is like reconfirmed here for you all in pile number 1, all right? This can be an unpredictable energy, and so it's a reminder of anticipation in that things may, kind of jump off at one point. So just be prepared. Better be prepared when life throws you a curveball. So there may be some things that are unexpected that occur for you during this week. So let's get into your, so I'm literally shuffling the cards right now for pile 1, 2, and they're kind of flopping out here. So I'm going to pull both a tarot card and an oracle card for each day of the week, and we will look at the energies for pile 1. So Spirit, we're looking for pile 1, what can they expect during this week? And we will start with today, which is going to be Sunday, October 27th. Okay, so we've got Sunday. We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, so that's going to be our tarot, and then we'll get a clarifier oracle card for each day of the week for pile number 1. For pile number 1, clarifying card for each day of the week. And we've got for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Is that the right? Thursday. Okay. Yeah, Friday and Saturday. Okay, so let's take a look. So looking at your Sunday vibe for pile 1, we've got 9 of Cups, lovely, and reach out. Okay, so the 9 of Cups is really like a wish fulfillment. It's like emotional fulfillment too, but it's also like coming from the divine. It's like the universe sort of coming in and like, giving you something your heart has desired, okay, on this beautiful Sunday. So that's a great way to start out the week, right? And so, but you've also got this clarifier of like, reach out. You've isolated yourself and you're trying to do everything on your own. So it's okay to ask for help. Reach out and ask for the support. And I feel like if you do reach out to friends or family or whoever it is that you need support with, you're going to be surprised by what comes back for you, because you're sort of walking in this beautiful Nine of Cups energy. The other thing that I really get with the Nine of Cups, because cups really represent that emotional space, is this sort of sense of like, hopefully you having this sort of sense of kind of joy and serenity that's just kind of like down in your soul, you know, as they say, down in your heart, right? I'm hoping that you have that joy down in your heart on this beautiful Sunday, because that's what this is indicating. But if you are feeling isolated in some way on Sunday, please reach out, make that phone call, you know, tell that person that you are there with that you just want to hang out, or you just want to get a hug, or you just want to talk about something, or whatever it may be. People are there for you. All right. So that's for your Sunday. Let's look at your Monday. So your Monday, you've got Six of Wands. This is beautiful. Now, this is interesting because whereas the Six of Wands talks about a victory of some kind, and we're talking about your Monday, October 28th, right? So Monday, October 28th, there is also a sense of recognition, because you can see she's got the little cup there, and then they're sort of celebrating her, clapping their hands. So that in some way you may be recognized for something that you have already completed and done in the past. But what's interesting is that you've also got this clarifying card that says victim mindset. You feel the world is against you, and this will only cause you to attract more negative results. So stop the blame and take responsibility for your happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow. Now, what's interesting to me about this is I just got this flash of, I don't know if you all have ever had that instance where you're just at the point you're like, nobody thinks about me, nobody cares about me, nobody calls me. And then literally like in the next moment, someone says, oh my God, thank you so much for doing this, blah, 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 right? It feels like it's going to be like one of those type of days. So try to get yourself out of the negative mindset of like, nobody sees me, I'm not being heard. You are definitely seen, celebrated, and loved in the eyes of the divine, and you are celebrated way more than you think that you are in the physical world, okay? And I believe on this Monday that will be demonstrated for you. So enjoy your Monday, all right? Enjoy your Monday. Try to go into it with a positive mindset, all right? So that's what I'm seeing for your Monday. And now let's look at your Tuesday. So for Tuesday, we've got the Eight of Coins. Look at that with the sewing machine, and she's just building that in, and solitude. So for your Tuesday, and this had came up in the general reading that there's going to be a need to kind of focus on your work a little bit this week. The Eight of Coins talks about doing that day-to-day work and continuing to master what it is that you're doing. So for this Tuesday, and this is also calling for solitude, right? So it's spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul, to get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. So on Tuesday, it may be about just getting with the grind, you all, like just getting in there and doing what you need with your work, getting focused, whatever it is that you do, whether you're working physically with your hands or writing or thinking or creating something through the computer, whatever it may be, there's a need for you to just kind of like get in there. It's like go time, like work time, So take the time to do that on this Tuesday. And then for your Wednesday, you've got the Fool. Wow. So Wednesday, after you've had some time to have some solitude with yourself, like begin to continue to do your mastery work on something that you're doing within your work or on a project of some kind, then this Wednesday comes in to say, take a risk, jump out there, move yourself forward in some way, go out into the world, begin your journey in some way. So there's a sense of like more expansiveness, like taking that leap. Now you've got here enabling. There's someone you're helping, or are you? In reality, you may be enabling them to continue in negative patterns and never take full responsibility for themselves. So step back and let things play out. Again, this is reminding us of the theme that we're hearing throughout this week. The sense of like, take a pause. And for some of you all, it may be that someone is in your life that has caused you to not take a risk because you feel like you either need to take care of them or you're not sure how they will react. And that in a sense is causing a little bit of enabling. But on this Wednesday, you're being encouraged to really jump out there and take the risk. Do that thing that you've been wanting to do. And we've got in the general read, there was that sense of beginning the new project. So this may be also like taking the leap to jump into building that new project or getting started on that work that you've been wanting to do. All right. So let's get into your Thursday. So that was Wednesday. And now for Thursday. So Thursday of this week, pile 1 for you. The Lovers. Okay, lovely. So the Lovers card is really talking about making a heart-centered choice. Okay, and it also can be that there's a connection with someone that you're close to, that there's a heart-centered love there, right? That maybe you're spending some time with on this Thursday. But it's interesting because the clarify that you have here is step back. So you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. So with this clarifier and this card, it really makes me lean into that meaning of the Lover's card, which is about making a heart-centered choice. Because oftentimes, in order for us to make a heart-centered choice, we've got to hear the whispers of our heart. And in order to hear the whispers of our heart, we got to step back. We got to gain some perspective. We've got to look at the broader view of things so that we can make a choice that really feels right within our heart and our soul. Okay, so on this Thursday, I encourage you to just take a step back, take a broader look of your surrounding and what is going on with you, and make sure that you're making a choice that is being driven by your heart. Remember also in our general reading, what came up was that the heart is going to be a portal of clarity for you in this week. So lean into that. Lean into that to help you make the right decisions that you need to make on this Thursday, okay? Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. All right, let's check out your Friday. So for Friday of this week, pile 1, you've got Patience. This keeps coming up for us this week. And the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. It's interesting here because, the King of Wands is all about like charisma and passion and fire and leadership, really taking control of situations and like sort of walking in and everybody know, oh, he's the leader, I'm going to follow him. But it's interesting in this King of Wands that we've got a little heart here that's got the wands crossing over the heart, almost as if like tamper down your fire a bit, right? And the only reason why one would want to tamper down your fire is you've got this need for patience. So you're being asked to practice patience right now, and it's not easy to do this because as the the King of Wands, you're going to want to push full speed ahead. They're very confident, competent, and ready to make the moves that they need to make to see their success. But at the same time, it's like, hold your fire a bit on Friday. Stand in your power, be competent, be confident, but also have some patience, okay? You are strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way you want them to in this moment. Have patience because it will eventually work out. So there's this balance of balancing your fire and having patience on this Friday, okay? So that's what you have for pile number 1. And then finally, for your Saturday, you have Nine of Wands, and study. Interesting. So by Saturday, you may be feeling like, it's been a long week. You've been holding a heavy burden. You've just been trying to push through and persevere. And so you may have that sense of almost feeling a little bit overwhelmed and overburdened, okay? But the clarifier that you have here is, again, almost a sense of take a step back, because it's saying study. A new endeavor is upon you, and it may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. So you may be, if you have started something new this week, you may realize, oh, there's more that I need to know. I don't have everything that I need to know here. And that may make you feel like there's a little bit of anxiety or feel overburdened. But what you need to be reminded of is, again, take a step back, put your faith in the universe, trust in your heart's guidance, and allow for the knowledge that you need to be brought to you. Don't struggle so hard to get what you need. Trust and know that the right teacher will arise. Someone will come along and say, hey, I was thinking about this, or I learned this, or I used to do this. And you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need to know. Talk with them in deep detail. Or you may just uncover, it could be somebody who, like, the teacher could actually be a virtual teacher of some kind. Like you find some podcast, or you see something, on YouTube that helps you to gain a better understanding of what you need to move your project forward. Trust and know that the knowledge is there for you, beloveds. So pile one, you've got this. This is a beautiful week for you. And again, it's repeating the themes that we saw in the general reading of just kind of like pushing through, making sure not to get caught up in illusion, and having compassion and leading with your heart this week. So that's what I see for you all. I hope that you have a joyfully abundant week. Thank you for tuning in. I will be dropping some other readings that are just on various topics that Spirit is guiding me to read. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. If you like what you're getting here, please hit that thumbs up for me. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel, share the channel, and give me a comment. If something resonates with you, I'd love to hear from you. Okay? So have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile number 2. So let's get into your daily reading for the week of October 27th through November 2nd. And we're going to start with Sunday as your day, and then go from there, which would be today. So you were drawn into pile number 2 with the kindness stone. All right. And this metal monkey, let go of control. So we'll talk a little bit about this metal monkey here. So again, this comes from the 5 elements, Chinese 5 elements oracle. And the metal monkey is sort of known for being agile, right? And swift in his actions. It's kind of like imagining a warrior quickly cutting through every obstacle that stands in their way, okay? And so this card sort of reminds you to let go of control over an aspect of life that's calling for more trust and freedom to move. So this could be in a relationship that you're in. It could be in your work environment, where maybe you may be holding things too close to the vest, and it really needs and requires for there to be a little more freedom for things to move at their own pace, right? And we remember from the general read that there's a sense of needing to walk with compassion and your heart chakra open this week, and being mindful of not reacting right away, right? And that can require letting go of control, all right? So pick up solutions and opportunities you may have missed, and catch up with those you may have left behind. Reconnect with the spirit within for guidance on the next steps. Take a breath and loosen your grip. The path ahead is clear. So release your worries and tension. You don't need to micromanage or overanalyze anything. You have already forged your path, and now it's time to hand it over to the divine to do the rest. Everything will fall into place in its own timing. Okay, so this is the time for you all in pile number 2 this week is to prioritize and work smarter, not harder and longer. Okay, it's okay to take a pause in your journey to recharge and refuel. So your week is really, really taking to heart the part of the general reading that was like, take a step back, don't react right away. Let the smoke and mirrors clear so that you can move clearly with your next step. You've done a lot of all the work already. You've laid the groundwork. So just kind of go with the flow this week, y'all. All right. And remember the piece in the general reading about cleansing yourself with water. The beautiful thing about water is that it flows, right? It moves in and out of things. So if you're near a body of water, just going by and walking and meditating on the element of water can be very healing for you this week as you are trying to let go and release and allow things to go with the flow. If you're not near a body of water, just as simple as either taking a bath or a shower, but being cognizant and conscious of the flow of water. All right. Now let's look at your week. Starting with Sunday today, you've got the 6 of Wands. The other pile, but theirs didn't come on Sunday, but yours came on Sunday. So and patience, interesting. So that came up, but not in the same place. So anyway, so for your reading for Sunday, you've got the sense of like recognition, that people recognizing you for a job well done, something that you've done. Congratulate yourself. Okay, loves, on this Sunday. There is something that you have successfully done, which makes total alignment with this sense of like letting go of control, because it's like you've already laid the groundwork, you've already been successful in something. Allow things to be, you can loosen your grip, okay? And then on top of that, you've got the patience. So you're being asked to practice patience right now. And for you all particularly, it may not be easy to do that because you may be feeling like you want to micromanage something or overanalyze something. It's time to just put that to rest. Allow yourself to be celebrated, celebrate yourself, and just have a moment of pause on this Sunday. All right? Now let's look at your Monday. So your Monday for this week, which is going to be Monday the 28th, you've got the King of Coins and forgiveness. Lovely. So the King of Coins, when I really think about your Monday with the King of Coins, it's like the King of Coins is a very stable, calm energy. He has worked really hard to have everything that he has. His wealth is not fleeting. It is very stable. And so there's this sense on this Monday to just go about your day with a sense of security. That's what I think of when I think of the King of Coins, like a sense of security and knowing and trust, a slow moving energy that just sits in its own success and abundance. Okay, and that makes perfect sense following after the Sunday of being recognized and having a victory of some kind of success. Now you've also got, as this clarifier for Monday, forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone, or maybe even yourself, so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. All right. So and forgiveness is also a stable thing that comes out of like knowing that you are secure in yourself. So forgiveness is totally about you and your own soul journey. It doesn't say that whatever happened or whatever was done is okay. It's literally just saying, I'm going to release this. I'm going to let go of control of the situation so that I can be more fully present in today and what is going on today on my soul journey. Okay. When we don't forgive, we're still giving energy to something that harmed us or hurt us, and we don't want to do that. So forgive on this Monday. Let's look at your Tuesday. So Tuesday of this week, you've got the Ace of Coins. Lovely. So this came up in the general read. It came up as the Ace of Materials, but the Ace of Materials, Ace of Coins is the same. So this is about starting something anew, beginning a new project, something that is of the earthly plane, right? Having to do with your home, your family, your finances, anything that has to do with this plane. It could be a creative project as well, but it's this sort of sense of like beginning to build something, starting something anew. And it's interesting, you've got take charge. So you're taking back seat in a relation, you're taking a back seat in a relationship or situation, and it may end up costing you time, money, or opportunity. So you need to step up and regain control once again. So again, we're talking about your Tuesday here. So kind of the beginning of the week, you're kind of holding back, but when it comes to a new project or a new idea or some new approach to doing something in your life that is going to provide stability of some kind, it's going to be important for you to step into your leadership role and make your thoughts, your desires, your hopes fully known. Okay, that's on Tuesday. Let's look at your Wednesday. So for Wednesday of this week, the moon. Honor yourself. I love that. So for Wednesday with the moon, what I'm really getting here, she's got her finger on her lips there. It's like, shh, everybody doesn't need to know everything all the time. The moon also talks about emotions that are emerging from the deep surface, right? Deep, I equate the moon with like deep ocean, like deep, deep water. Where things are very still and quiet, but things can emerge. So there may be some emotions that come up for you, and what you're being asked to do on this beautiful Wednesday is to honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get to where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. The other thing that I'm getting here with honor yourself and the moon is to honor your own feelings. Honor your deep feelings, and everything doesn't have to be shared. Okay, so you can hold whatever is going on for you internally within yourself or with, one or two trusted people that you feel it is safe for you to really share what is your deep emotions so that you can be held in that. Honor yourself and honor your emotions on Wednesday, okay? And then let's look at your Thursday. So for Thursday, you've got the Queen of Wands, all right? Like really stepping into your power, being confident. Like it's interesting, she's got this little clock. Wait, let me make sure that. No. That's not a clock. It's a compass. So it's like she's very clear about what direction she is moving in. Okay. And then you've got bravery. I love that. Okay. So with the Queen of Wands, because I think of the Queen of Wands as being so incredibly brave. She is, the wands represent fire. So she also represents passion and creativity. She's very charismatic, just like the King of Wands, but she is also very brave. She is able to make decisions from her gut because she understands her own power and is able to step fully in it and navigate from that and succeed with that. Okay. And this is saying you are being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you do have the strength with this beautiful Queen of Wands. You don't want any better energy with you. There's no better energy with you than this brave entity, this brave energetic force, right? And you will feel so much lighter when you do. So on Thursday, there may be a need for you to make a tough decision, but lean into that Queen of Wands energy that you hold within you that is very clear about the direction that you need to move in your life and is very clear about your own power, your own creativity, your own passion. Step into it, make the decision that is right for you and keep it moving, okay? Everybody's not going to like everything that you do all the time. That is not your business, right? That is really not your business. So be about it on this Thursday. Be about your business, right? What's appropriate for you. Now let's look at your Friday. So for Friday, oh, Lovely. Stand your ground. So, on this Thursday, you might have to make a tough decision, but on Friday, you're being asked to stand your ground. There is something you want to fight for, yet you are choosing to hide instead. Create a boundary and speak up for what you believe in. Stand your ground, y'all. When you make a tough decision, trust and know you make good decisions. You are powerful, you are passionate, you are creative, and you have the right to make the heart-centered decision for your own life. But what's lovely is on this beautiful Friday, you've got the Sun. And the Sun card is about joy, happiness. But more than that, it's like that childlike abandon of joy and happiness, right? This sense of like playfulness, almost giddy, like this giddy like joy that is coming through on your Friday. And the way that you really support and honor that joy is standing your ground on decisions that you've made and what you need to do for yourself on this Friday. All right. And then finally, for your Saturday of this week, you've got the 8 of Coins. Okay. So Saturday may be a day of just getting back to the grind, y'all, because the 8 of Coins or the 8 of Materials is going to be that card of mastery, doing the daily work to continue to build your mastery in something that you're working on. And you've got wisdom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice. And it feels like there may be a decision that you have to make this week that's not necessarily the popular choice, but it is still the wise choice. But choose for the highest good of this situation. Stand your ground, make the decision, stand your ground, and trust your internal and divine wisdom. And then be about your business, okay? Be about your business of mastering that which you are mastering on this Saturday, okay? So you've got a really lovely week before you, and it is really about taking opportunity in the beginning of the week to kind of take a step back, look a broader view, step into your own stability and fortitude. And then midweek, there may be a decision that you need to make. There may be some emotions that come up from you from the surface that you need to nurture and honor yourself around. And then by the end of the week, it's about bringing back your joy, continuing to stand your ground on what you need to decide for yourself, and then doing the work to continue your mastery in some project that you're working on of some kind. All right. All right. That's what I got for y'all. I hope that you're enjoying the readings here on the Abundant Joy Tarot. Please take that thumbs up for me if you are. Go ahead and make sure you've subscribed to the channel, share the channel, drop me a comment. Let me know what resonates with you, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a joyfully abundant week. All right, y'all. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. Welcome to your daily read. So you were drawn in by the happiness stone. Okay. And the water ox. And the water ox talks about softness and gentleness. And it talks about really understanding that true power doesn't come from force and aggressiveness. Okay. So it's interesting because the water ox, when we were doing the general read, again, what came up there was that there was a need to kind of cleanse with water this week. So, and I'm always stunned by the power of water. Not only its cleansing properties, but how literally water shapes things, molds things, breaks things, moves things, okay? So it's a really powerful force, but there's a way in which there's a need for you to, as with the general reading, sort of walk with an open heart and with compassion during this week. And the water ox of all of the piles is sort of the most like emphasis on this sort of gentleness and compassion as you're moving throughout your week. All right. It also is a message that you are way more powerful than you think you are. Pile number 3. All right. You may have felt underestimated by others or even by yourself for so long that you've forgotten the strongest force that lies within you. The divine feminine within, the yin, is a force so subtle it takes wisdom and intuition to recognize and appreciate it, and even more enlightenment and inner knowing to consciously unearth and unleash it. Okay, so this is not talking about whether you're male or female. We all have male and feminine energies within us. Okay, so get in touch with the yin by starting from within, using mindfulness practices to empower the inner self and working your way out into your external environment to bring peace and harmony to your living and working spaces. Okay, so one tool that people use is the feng shui as a way to bring peace, but also to your environment, but also just thinking about what do you need to do to bring peace and balance and harmony to your external environment as well as your internal environment. All right. This is also a sign that it's time to be gentle with yourself and very discerning with your energy. It's that same thing that we saw in the overall reading around don't allow the smoke and mirrors to get you caught up this week, right? Allow yourself to take a step back, look at the broader picture, and move from that space. All right, so that's your overarching message for your week, pile number 3. And let's get into your daily reads, and we'll start with Sunday, which is going to be today. Okay, and so for Sunday, you've got the 2 of coins and choice. It's funny because the 2 of coins is also, 2s always represent a choice. Now, the 2 of coins in particular is going to be speaking about seeking and finding balance and harmony within your world. So on this Sunday, it's there's a need for you to go out and seek balance in your world. Depending on how your week has been, if you've worked all week, it's time for you to find play and recreation. If you've been alone for most of the week, it's time for you to connect with others, right? Finding a way to balance out your world. And you're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. So it's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you, because the time is now. It's always good to, maybe get other people's insight or input if that supports you in some way. But at the end of the day, you got to put all of that aside, tap into your heart space, and make the decision that is right for you, your soul, and your path. And that's what you're going to need to do on this Sunday. All right. So let's look at your Monday, October 28th, and you've got the Ace of Cups, a beginning, a great way to start the week, but it's really a heart-centered, emotional. It could be a beginning of love of some kind, but that can be love of people, love of job, love of project, love of creativity. And also emotions sort of represent, the cups represent sort of that emotional space, and kind of a new beginning, a rebirth, if you will, of emotional fulfillment and stability. You've got listen. And the first thing that I'm going to get in with this listen is really to listen to yourself. Listen internally to what is going on, okay? As you begin anew emotionally. You're being asked to listen to, that's what it says. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. And to me, this is really saying you're going to be acting on beginning something that your inner voice has been guiding you to do for some time. So listen to yourself. And on this beautiful Monday, it's time to get started. It's time to begin into that space. It is going to bring you a new level of fulfillment. So go ahead and jump in. All right. The water is warm and waiting for you. Let's look for Tuesday. So for your Tuesday, this is going to be the 29th, I believe. You've got difficult road. But you've got everything that you need to conquer it because you've got the Emperor. So the Oracle card here says spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So it may be that there's some challenging things that come up for you on this Tuesday, but listen, you've got everything you need because you've got the energy of the Emperor. Now let's talk about that energy. That energy is about power, success, victory. And the way that the Emperor gets his victory, or her victory in this case, or their victory in this case, is strategically. The Emperor is very strategic in their approach. They're going to take a step back, look at the broad view of things, and look at all of their various kingdoms in their worlds, right? And we all have various kingdoms in our world, whether it be internally, our emotional kingdom, our physical kingdom, our mental kingdom, our emotional kingdom, right? Or even within your external world, your family, your workplace, your friends, your, various places in which you reign, if you will, for yourself. Everybody reigns within themselves. You're being asked to take a step back and have perspective like that of an emperor, who then will make the choice of where to put their time and energy, where to put the focus based on looking at the whole view. That is being strategic. So be strategic on this beautiful Tuesday for you, okay? And then for your Wednesday, pile 3, you've got the Hermit. See it through. Oh, I love both of these images for you. The Hermit is about taking the time to literally go within, taking some solitude, being still so that you can actually hear what's going on. There is so much chaos going on in our world. We're often constantly listening to someone else or a podcast or the news or the whatever it is. There's the world itself. There's just a lot going on. And so you're being asked on this Wednesday to take a break, go within, meditate, listen, and be still and see it through. It says you don't always finish what you start and then talk badly to yourself because of it. So break the karmic pattern by seeing the project through to the end and then be proud of what you've accomplished. And it may be that it's necessary for you to go within to be able to kind of come back out and finish that which you've started. So your, kind of task, that mantra for you for this week and particularly on this Wednesday is finish what you start. Finish what you start with yourself. Keep your commitments to yourself. Finish what you start on a project. Finish what you start within relationship. Show up and see it through. Okay? And now let's look at your Thursday. So your Thursday for this week, which is going to be the 31st. Interesting. So you've got the 5 of coins and take a chance. So the 5 of coins, this is so on Thursday, some thoughts may come up for you with having a sense of lack. Or maybe this also can represent maybe not feeling so well, like health issues. It can, it can represent, It can represent health issues, but also I think more importantly, it can represent like the sense of lack and a sense of, because of the way that just fell. I'm just intrigued by that it fell on the Emperor like that. So it makes me sense that there is that for some of you, oftentimes when I read this card, it is about either a lack of finances or a lack of, or being in ill health in some way. But because of the way that card just felt, it felt like it was a message for me around you also feeling a lack of confidence, a lack of, a sense of knowing your dominion in your life and in your situation. So I want you to be mindful of that this week, that you have dominion over your life, and to step into your full emperor power and energy and be strategic about your life, and trust and know that it is yours. It is your birthright. You get to make decisions about your life and move yourself forward. And then along with that, you've got take a chance. It's time to step outside your comfort zone, which is where sometimes we can go when things get a bit scary. We can fall back into old patterns of feeling like there's a lack and we just need to kind of hover within. But what the divine is really asking you to do is to let that go. Step into your power. Step into your power. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and you will begin to attract new results. So when you get to that point in this week where you feel like you want to go in, or you start thinking old thoughts around, I can't do this, or I'm either not confident of it, I don't have the resources to do it, or I don't feel well enough to do it, or whatever it may be, I want you to push yourself beyond that point. Trust and know that that's an old pattern that you're in the process of breaking. Take a chance, do something different to get a different result. All right? So that's what I'm seeing for you on this Thursday. And let's check out your Friday. So for Friday, you've got the King. Wow, does that, I don't know if that was the same pattern in pile 2, or maybe it was pile 1. But anyway, so you've got the King of Coins, all right? And the King of Coins really represents security, stability, someone who makes wise choices, has worked hard to be where they are, and has a sense of stability. And so on this Friday, it's like you're really being reminded to trust yourself, trust the decisions that you make, trust that you've got a foundation, whether that be within yourself and also in connection with the divine. You have a foundation that's stronger than you know. And I keep getting focused on the water ox and the phrasing that was, you are much stronger than you know, okay? And that is what this card is reminding me of on Friday, is to sit in your own strength, your own internal strength. And we've got wisdom here. You've been here before, beloved, and you know what to do. Yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in this situation, all right? Trust and know that you can trust yourself, that you are stable and you are secure, and you can make the right decision for yourself. Even if it's not the popular choice, it's the choice that you need to make for yourself. And that may arise for you on Friday, all right? And then finally, for your Saturday of this week, pile 3, you've got the 7 of Coins. This is interesting. And then you've also got reward and recognition. So the 7 of Coins is this card of patience, right? It's this card of saying, she's planted it. Her plant is growing. She can even see the buds on it. Things are going to be, fortunate and abundant, but it's not yet ready to harvest. So she's having to wait. She's got a watering jug there, and she's just having to wait for things to come to full fruition. It is saying, congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your own power. So on this Saturday, you may not see things come to full fruition, but trust and know that you are on the right path. You've planted the right seeds. You've made the right decisions. You've stepped into your own power, and you're much stronger than you know. And what is going to be coming toward you is going to lead you even further toward your dreams. So this is a very powerful and wonderful week for you all, pile 3. And I hope you heard something that will support you as you're kind of maneuvering through this week in alignment with the general reading. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Abundant Joy Tarot. This is our day. And if you like what you're getting here, please hit that thumbs up for me. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Share the channel if you so we can kind of grow the community. And also drop me a comment. Let me know what resonates with you. I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I hope you have a joyfully abundant day. And I'll see y'all next time. All right, y'all. Bye.